on the smash hit telenovela, Rebelde, which means rebel in Spanish, recently debuted on Netflix. It follows 6 high school kids who form a band at a boarding school for music. Interestingly, the original 6 cast members from the telenovela went on to form a real-life band that has become one of the most popular acts in Latin America. We're here today to discuss the fiction, more importantly, the gay fiction, in this 40-minute premiere on Netflix. Spoiler alert, this is a recap of episode 1. If you don't want to be spoiled on anything, make sure you watch it first. Episode 1 starts amid chaos. A bunch of people in scary masks have kidnapped some kids. And then, you guessed it, we are brought to an earlier place in the timeline where we find a young girl making music on a keyboard and a drum machine.
Ya sé que quieres dejar atrás todo lo que hemos construido.
Apparently, none of the wealthy parents paying to send their kids to this school actually want them to go there. Kind of feel like, why would these people pay to send their kids someplace they're against? But we know why, so the writers can create amazing storylines out of the conflict. At first, we're not really given the main kids' names, but as soon as Nose Ring Chick appears on screen, I instantly know, oh, here's the homo. The disturbing thing is, I'm not sure if I have gaydar or if I've just consumed so much lesbian content that I now have a sixth sense for how wardrobe departments dress.
Así es como premiamos las pendejadas de tu hija.
The queer chick has a very Cinderella-esque relationship with her stepfather, who is allowed to talk down to her in front of her mother. As the rest of the kids arrive and get acquainted with their new school, I am amazed to watch shows like this and know these types of private schools actually exist and are filled with hundreds of thousands of rich kids whose parents show up and are kind of like, okay, so you got things for like what? The next 4 years? I'll be back for Christmas and summer? No judgment here. I'm not saying parents who do this don't love their kids. I'm just saying it's a real throw it in the oven and hope everything turns out okay approach. There is a snobby upperclassman leading the kids around who has taken it upon herself to embody Regina George. And I don't know, her Saved by the Bell snobbery is like kind of boring me until this moment.
O romperse en un segundo.
In this half-second glance tells me Regina George will be queer drummer chick's love interest. And while I'm not opposed to the snobby getting wooed by the lesbian thing, I will say this type of storyline is starting to feel a little repetitive and cliche. The Laytons, the Shelbys, I'm not saying lesbians can't be uptight. I'm just saying sometimes it feels like these shows are making these characters gay to give them a third dimension. The snobby chick lets everyone know they prefer everything in English here because it sounds more sophisticated. I'm assuming she's referring to the actual English, cause my English sounds like an ode to trailer parks to me. We get to see the boarding kids' living quarters, and holy, this setup is better than my current living quarters. Like, how the hell much did this school cost? Turns out Andy is the cool gay drummer's name, and she will be rooming with MJ, who hails from California, and Hannah, who is famous in the school because she's the mayor's daughter. While the main boys get situated in their room, I completely lost my mind at the one with a mohawk wearing Jinkos. I cannot believe kids are wearing these again. Like, I'm getting nightmare flashbacks of the edges of them getting stuck in my rollerblades. Why, kids? Why? Those ballooned-ass parachute tubes may be the worst thing that has ever happened to fashion. You could open up a small factory in those pants. I mean, they are the wedding dress of jeans. First day of classes commence, and Andy can't be bothered to answer her teacher because she's too busy scanning Instagram for hot chicks. Not gonna lie, Andy, we've all been there. I follow a number of lesbian hashtags, and, well, sometimes I feel Instagram wants my wife to murder me because they only show the cleave pics when she's over my shoulder staring at me. The gay kid sneaks out of his dorm to dance his heart off, Kevin Bacon style. These dance moves are interesting. Okay, I'm starting to get a feel for the cheese cheese factor of this show, but I'm thinking I'm gonna have to watch less Succession to appreciate it. Amelia, aka Regina George, asked to follow Andy on Instagram, and it's on like Donkey Kong. With 10 minutes left in the episode, we're finally back to the part where the scary guys with voice changer thingies show up, and we learn it is a freshman hazing, but this is a different kind of hazing. One where the hazers pick out all the leads of the show to get in their school uniforms and perform in a band. Somehow they get all these kids to agree to play the instruments by, I don't know, like threatening to murder their family or something. I keep reminding myself this is based off a telenovela. At first they struggle, but before you know it, the kids are all happy and smiling and excited to be playing in a band. Oh yeah, I remember the time I was kidnapped and forced to play music in a band. Once we got through Smells Like Teen Spirit, I had completely forgotten all the violence and kidnapping. Right when the gang is starting to go full Partridge Family, a fire breaks out. And we end the show on a cliffhanger, not really knowing if the kids will escape or not, but definitely knowing the kids will for sure escape, because otherwise, without the kids, there's like kind of no show. Conclusion. My final thoughts on this episode are, it's kids, it's campy, it's kind of fun, but quality-wise didn't exactly light my world on fire. My partner is really into musicals, and while watching this first episode, I found myself wondering if the cheese factor would have been better to absorb had it been a musical. Wait, is this a musical? Is this show a musical? What makes something a musical? Let me know if you find out. Okay, what do you think of the show? Is it for you? I'm really liking the lesbian character so far. She's cool, she's got style, she's a freaking drummer. I'm definitely interested in how things progress between her and Regina George. It's been kind of a crazy week here in Chicago. In America, it is like a frozen tundra right now, so I am going to go make myself some good old-fashioned English tea, and I'm sending everybody out there a big gay internet hug. This is my Really Gay YouTube channel, and I'll see you next video.